had to lose the weight that I had gained during pregnancy. Otherwise, I was at a higher risk of actually getting diabetes, which I did not want. I made some comments about Ozempic recently. 50% of the people hated it, 50% of people liked it, and then on TikTok, everyone hated it. But my opinion used to be the same as the people who didn't like my opinion on Ozempic, until I met somebody who lost weight from Ozempic and it changed their life.
Look at her. This is actually sad to me. She has lost the slight, ever so slight fullness that was in her face before.
The Ozempic pandemic in Hollywood is getting worse by the day. And from the looks of it, it's not stopping anytime soon. First, it was Ariana Grande, then Meghan Trainor, Kelly Osbourne, and now Margot Robbie. This is an epidemic. And don't think for a second that the men are excluded, because they are right there in the list too. They all look like twink versions of 2017 Timothée Chalamet. No shade to Timothy, by the way. But there is something seriously wrong, and it needs to stop before people start dropping dead. The crazy thing is, these Ozempic transformations look too weird, but they all deny it, even when the proof is written all over them. Okay, so if you've been on social media these last few years, then you've seen the craze for Ozempic taking over. People who have never lost weight before are losing weight, and it's not necessarily them losing weight that's the problem. It's the fact that some of them were heavy on body positivity when it was trendy, but as soon as Ozempic and Manjaro came into the chat, they abandoned their body positivity without a second thought. Take Meghan Trainor, for example. Back when she couldn't lose weight, she made songs like All About That Bass, celebrating men and women with bigger bodies. But once she got her hands on Ozempic, she abandoned all that and started preaching a different message. In fact, during one of her recent concerts, she changed the lyrics of one of her songs from "It's pretty clear I ain't no size 2" to "It's pretty clear I got some new boobs." Mind you, this is a song that was once supposed to make her fans feel positive about their bodies. Now, they can't even have that anymore. And people have been calling out her transformation because it has changed her face, and she does not even look the same person anymore. But it is nothing compared to what Kelly Osbourne has got herself looking. Kelly recently had her fans shook with her very, very drastic change. She went from having a fuller body to now literally being all bones and skeletons. And the thing about these Ozempic warriors is that they don't just lose fat. They usually also lose a lot of muscle, causing them to become sickly and frail. And that's the exact case for Kelly.
The thing that I find the most disappointing in all of this is that most of the comments are coming from grown women. Women that say they're counselors, women that are mothers, women who look like they have weight struggles of their own. And it's absolutely devastating that women can't support other women. They'd rather tear them down when their dad just died. It's disgusting, and I've had enough of it. So,
you see, most people don't know this, but Kelly has been desperately trying to get skinny for a long time. And Ozempic seems to have finally given her the results she's been wanting. In 2018, she had gastric sleeve surgery done for this same reason, but she ended up gaining over 100 pounds even after the surgery. But here's where things get weird. In February 2024, she finally popped out looking skinnier than ever and even admitted to taking Ozempic. She literally praised it on camera, encouraging everyone who was struggling with their weight to give it a try. But a few months later, she did a 180, denying ever using Ozempic. You cannot make this up. She saw the backlash and knew she had to take her words back.
In ways to lose weight, why not do it through something that isn't as boring as working out? I know everybody thinks I took Ozempic. I did not take Ozempic. I don't know where that came from. My mom took Ozempic.
Recently, she made an appearance at the Brit Awards, and as you can already guess by now, people had a lot to say. Listen, I don't want to add on to the comments people were saying, but let me tell you something. Kelly definitely seems to need help, whether she wants to admit it or not.
Kelly Osbourne clapped back at critics who have been concerned about her dramatic weight loss. She appeared at the Brit Awards honoring her dad, who was given a tribute there. This is a full statement she took to Instagram to make. There's a special kind of cruelty in harming someone who's clearly going through something, kicking me while I'm down, doubting my pain, spreading my struggles as gossip, and turning your back when I need support and love most.
People do need to have more compassion. She obviously was extremely close with her father, who just passed away. The award show season's ending.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, they can just go back and heal together as a family and stuff.
They just put stuff on her Instagram just to try to make her feel bad. Like, that's just like, what the f*** are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Moving on, we also need to get into Margot Robbie's recent new looks, which she debuted at Paris Fashion Week, looking 40 pounds smaller. And from the looks of it, she seems to have also gotten buccal fat removal while at it because her cheeks looked really hollow. She honestly looked like a female Cillian Murphy. No tea, no shade.
Saw Margot Robbie in person 2 years ago. I was at this media event out in Utah. It was very interesting, and here we are, the two of us together. She looks amazing. This is her, like, relatively unmade up. Both of us had a little makeup on, but not a lot. We were at this event, and we looked like two normal humans there, right? Two normal women next to each other. It was an honor to meet her. She just showed up at a fashion show, and she looks absolutely skeletal. Hold on, I'm trying to get my note in exactly where she is. I found it. She is Paris Fashion Week at the Chanel show. Look at her. This is actually sad to me. She has lost the slight, ever so slight fullness that was in her face before. Now she's got the sunken cheek. And I don't know if that is, they say all these Hollywoods are getting that buccal fat removal from their faces, which obviously she did not need. Or the speculation online is that this is Ozempic, that she decided this is her on the right looking normal.
A pattern with these Ozempic queens that people are noticing is that they all seem to jump on Ozempic after giving birth. Meghan said she started taking her weight seriously after giving birth. Same with Kelly. And it seems it's also the case with Margot. Mind you, she wasn't big in any way, shape, or form by the time she had her son in 2024. And since then, she has made some comments about how different her body had been. During her recent British Vogue cover interview, she talked about how insecure she felt when shooting Wuthering Heights because she didn't feel physically ready to be on camera just yet. I was 3 months postpartum when we started shooting, so I was in a very different headspace. I didn't do my usual routine. It was more haphazard. And I remember saying to Emerald, "What if I'm not prepared enough?" She kept saying, "Don't want you to prepare. I just need you to be in the moment," which was a lovely way of relieving my anxiety. It was about being in my body as opposed to my head. Oh, then there is also Ariana Grande. Ariana seems to be hopping off of the Ozempic though, because she recently made an appearance at the Golden Globes looking like her old self. But back when she was actively working alongside Cynthia and Revo on Wicked, it was a completely different story. Ariana was never even a big girl, so when she lost that extra weight for Wicked, it was very noticeable.
So happy to see you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
You're feeling
Thank
great.
you.
I follow the updates on your Instagram.
Thank you, sweetheart. You're very sweet. How are you feeling?
I feel good.
You're on the whirlwind again.
I know, but it's beautiful. It's been really special to feel the love from our fans and be able to share it finally with the world, because to us, like,
it's
one
so
doesn't exist.
good. I've seen it. It's so good. And I'm getting on a plane tonight, so I could be at the premiere tomorrow.
Oh, yay! Oh, so we'll see you 2 days in a row.
At the time, a lot of people blamed it on the producers of Wicked, claiming that they were the ones who made her lose weight. And I'm not here to confirm or deny that, but the theory checks out. She only started losing weight when she was on set, and it was the same for Cynthia. But interestingly enough, she stopped looking frail and actually began gaining a healthy amount of weight right after the movie wrapped up.
I'm really so happy that Ariana Grande came back to her old style. And the ponytail is getting higher, and she's more tanned, and now she have her eyeliner. And even her hair is darker, and her brows. So it seems like she's going back to her old style. And I'm really here for it because I miss the bad bitch Ariana, actually. And if y'all didn't know, this is how she used to look like recently. And I really do feel like the blonde and the blonde brows and everything doesn't really suit her. And that now she looks so much better, actually. And she even looks happier and more healthy.
Oh, and let's not forget Kelly Clarkson. She also went from being bigger for years to now suddenly losing a ton of weight. But just like everyone else, she also denied using Ozempic.
Different one than people assume, but I ended up having to do that too because my blood work got so bad.
But it isn't only the ones taking Ozempic. Men in Hollywood are also obsessed with Ozempic, but at least they are being a bit more open about it, instead of lying that they lost it from a calorie deficit. Initially, Scott Disick actually didn't want to talk about his weight loss. But during one of the episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, people saw Manjaro in his fridge. Before this, people were already speculating about his weight loss. But this was when we finally got an answer to it.
Did you see from the show? Did you see what's in your fridge?
No. No. It shows the Manjaro? You're lying.
It's everywhere, Scott. Wow, you're really being healthy.
Oh, me running. By the way, I'm not embarrassed that I took it.
You shouldn't be. When I was fat, I would have drank that.
Ryan Seacrest has also been catching straight heat for that snatched, gaunt transformation. Back in the day, he always talked about his struggles with his weight. And at some point, he even started preaching about his Mediterranean diet. The Ozempic allegations didn't start until June 2025, when he dropped his photos on Instagram looking frail as hell. His face was hollowed, his arms slender, his body way too slim. You know, the usual Ozempic face and body. He never addressed the rumors, but those rumors never stopped. Now, John Goodman, that man lost 200 pounds over the years and is still catching major Ozempic neck shade. The thing with John, though, is he lost his weight way before Ozempic became a thing, so I really don't know why folks are saying he used it. He has been on the journey since 2007 when he was pushing 400 pounds. He quit drinking cold turkey after 30 years of alcoholism, cut sugar, switched to Mediterranean eating, started walking 10,000 to 12,000 steps a day, boxing, and portion control. However, people claim he started using Ozempic to maintain the results, so he doesn't have to be so strict with himself anymore. As usual, people had their thoughts like this person who said, so basically Hollywood went from an opioid epidemic to being obsessed with food to the point of feeling like they needed the Ozempic. And now they all look like they've been exposed to radiation for a long time. And people are supposed to think it's okay and not talk about it because they get uncomfortable? Yeah, no. Another person said, the world is becoming a sick, lonely planet full of look-alike thin aliens. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of all these celebrities taking Ozempic? And do you really think they are being paid to do this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy.